Good morning, welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View on this lovely Wednesday morning. I hope it's fine wherever you are. There's been a lot of chat yesterday about this man, Raheem Sterling. The man who once was valued at around about 160 million euros, 150 million pounds. The man who's currently on 300 grand a week, but the chat around about him coming to Celtic just doesn't seem to want to go away at all. There's three players at Celtic that we know have kind of not been at their best. There's one player that was definitely on his way out the door to Birmingham. It's expected that he is gone in the next transfer window. Yep, Yang. We all know that Yang was at Birmingham. They pulled the plug because the Celtic hierarchy could not get the deal done quick enough before the deadline at 7 p.m. for the English Football League back at the end of the summer. And then there's the one that really concerns us, and I think it concerns a lot of Celtic fans, the fact that it was made, we were all made aware by Brendan Rodgers that Daizen Maeda wanted away from Celtic, and he's known for several months that he wants away from Celtic. And maybe this is why that we're being linked with Raheem Sterling. He is a player that Brendan Rodgers does know well. And through his time at Liverpool, we obviously went from Liverpool to Man City and then was worth an absolute fortune. But Celtic, if we lose, the reality of the situation is, if we lose Daizen Maeda, Yang and Rio Hatate in the next window, it's a case of, bring in Sterling for Brendan Rodgers, and maybe he's been told, look, you can bring in who you want, we've got the money there. For the last 6 months of just to make sure that you win the league. And I think this is clutching at straws by the Celtic hierarchy, and it's clutching at straws by Brendan Rodgers as a Celtic manager. It's not putting him in a great light. I mean, even getting Sterling in, what is he going to do over a 6 months period? Tell me what you think in the comments, and where do you think that Rio Hatate will go? There's a lot of gossip this morning when we faced Braga this week that Rio Hatate will also be out the window in the January transfer. I'm dreading January transfer window already. I am completely dreading it, because if we do really bad in Europe, I say we do okay in Europe, say we get to the January period and we could still finish in with the top 24, which I think would be a bad finish, because I think that Celtic should be a top 8 in the Europa. Say we get to January and we lose those three players, and then it's once again that we'll be going backwards between then and the end of the season, and it'll become more apparent than ever that it's looking like that Brendan Rodgers will not be here after the summer. But anyway, some good news this morning for a couple of Celtic players. A couple of Celtic players for the Scotland squad. Kieran Tierney has been named in the Scotland squad. A lot of people on this channel aren't fussy about the Scotland squad, but it's good for the players. But it tells you a lot about the Scotland squad when there's only two Celtic players. Tony Ralston and Kieran Tierney. When you look at some of the other players, I mean, they're still going with Craig Gordon in goals, Angus Gunn, Liam Kelly in goals, Grant Hanley, Jack Hendry. There's one player that was undersold by Celtic, Jack Hendry. When you look where he's playing now, I mean, the Scotland team reads of players that either have been at Celtic or should have been at Celtic. Jack Hendry, he was sold far too early. Scott McKenna was nearly coming to sell it. Aaron Hickey, who went through the youth system at Hearts. Fair enough, he's now at Brentford. But, he'll be on a fantastic wage. He did go out. But Andy Robertson, mad Celtic supporter. And then you've got Tony Ralston, Kieran Tierney. Ryan Christie is at Bournemouth. Lewis Ferguson, Bologna. Ben Doak, now at Bournemouth. Billy Gilmer, John McGinn, who's Aston Villa. Kenny McLean, Scott McTominay at Napoli, and Lennon Miller. And then when you look at the forwards, Jesus. God, no wonder Scotland's in a bad way. Anyway, Celtic do play tomorrow evening. And it'll be fine and interesting to see Brendan Rodgers' interview this afternoon. Unfortunately, I don't think that we'll be doing any videos. This is just a quick one for the Wednesday morning. Apologies, I am moving house today and tomorrow and yesterday. So this is why it's just a quick video. And I hope it finds you well. On that note, have a fantastic day, Celtic fans, wherever you are, all around the world.